All right, welcome back to another episode of the Fan Connection podcast. Today we're joined by a friend of the podcast, Abroop. I'm sure you've seen him in a lot of our chats of our previous podcast episodes. St. Louis fan, of course. But you've seen him as Fala Ammo in our chat. So welcome to the podcast, Abroop. We're happy to have you. It was a pleasure to meet you. And before we get into any of the topics today, there's a ton of news that just came out in the NHL. And I think it's important we talk about it. So I've been struggling to hold back. I'm so happy right now. I was working all day. I was basically just in my basement all day, not paying attention to anything, living under a rock. I had no idea what was going on. And as a Habs fan, that was the worst time to do that because Dominic Ducharme was fired as the head coach. Finally, this guy clearly gave up the second the season began because there was nothing going on. Like he'd call a timeout, he'd be dead quiet. The Canadiens, to give you perspective, allowed 33 goals in the last 5 games. So that's over a 6 goals against per game average. He left Caden Primo in nets for, I think, 7 goals against New Jersey last night. So I think that was time to fire Ducharme. And Martin St. Louis takes over as the interim head coach of the Montreal Canadiens. So not full-time head coach, just interim to see how he does. And I think this is Kent Hughes saying, please God, anybody but Dominic Ducharme as my head coach. That's what I read. That's the way I read it because he's hiring a guy who has no experience as an NHL head coach in Martin St. Louis and firing his current head coach rather than just sticking out to the end of the season because I think Kent Hughes has had enough. He's like, hey, this guy's terrible. He's ruining the morale. We're losing morale on Caulfield, Suzuki. Everyone's upset. The only person who seemed happy was Toffoli, and that's because he'd been injured for a while, so he just came back. So that's about it. So the guys who are away from the team seem kind of content, but are slowly starting to get disgruntled again. And the guys who've been here the whole time, and the guys who came up from the minors are all disgruntled right now. Everyone wanted to be just done with this team. So I think it's time. I think it was time. And Kent Hughes made an unpopular decision to fire the coach and hire an interim guy without having any replacement ready. What do you guys think of that move?
Yeah, I think it was definitely time. It was definitely time for there to be a firing. So, I mean, if you're just anywhere and you're the bottom of the league, you're going to be in the names for being fired and or in discussion. And it just happened. St. Louis, I just find it funny that it's just him who's the interim coach. Like, I'm sure he'll do great and everything, but the only thing I can think about is the playoffs and Montreal St. Louis in overtime, scoring against the Habs and making a 3-1 series lead. That was a sick goal, man.
We love us our Martin St. Louis in
but
Montreal.
he'll be good there. He'll be good there. So yeah, it's a good move.
Ponchy, what do you think?
If your record is worse, if your record is worse than the Arizona Coyotes, who are actively trying to tank, and your team is like, they're all right. Your Canadians are pretty solid. It's pretty, I don't know how to put this, but it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that's what it is
I
for
agree.
the Canadians. It's just massively embarrassing.
So, Abroop, when you look at the Habs roster, right, do you see the record that they have? Would you be like, yeah, that makes sense, the record, when you look at their roster?
No, hell no. I was surprised the Sabres are being, like, I see, when you think, so, okay, hold on. Let me try to wrap my brain around this. All right, so they were in the playoffs last year. And if anything, the most major loss they've had, I think, is Kotkaniemi, right?
Yep. Well, that's not true. They lost Dano, Kotkaniemi, Weber hasn't played at all, and Price hasn't played at all.
All right. Well, you know what? Never mind. Makes sense. All right. Never mind. All right. Keep it up.
Fair enough.
Keep it up, Canadians.
Because I mean, they had Jake Allen in net, right? And he's a pretty solid goalie, and he was doing his best to keep this team afloat. But I mean,
yeah.
I think it all came down to, at the end of the day, like the team's not as bad as they are playing. They had so many injuries, but at the same time, there's so many guys who are being misutilized, underutilized. Like Cole Caulfield. I mean, he's been put on the 4th line for the last 20 games. Like, are you really expecting Cole Caulfield to score any goals when he's playing like 5-6 minutes a game? Doesn't make any sense. The season's lost. Why are you playing Cole Caulfield, a guy who could be a future goal scorer, elite goal scorer in the league? Why are you playing on the 4th line with Michael Pezzetta and Cedric Paquette? Like, what's that going to do for chemistry? Because let's be honest, like, I love Michael Pezzetta, but I don't see him having a long-term future with the Canadiens. I think he can last a couple of years, but they're not a long-term future, and definitely not a long-term future on a line with Cole Caulfield. And then you're playing Cole Caulfield with Cedric Paquette, who I'm, without a doubt in my mind, think doesn't really belong at this point, but I think a team's going to take a chance on him just because of his experience, I guess. So I think a team like Tampa Bay might take him back for like a 5th-round pick. So these are 2 guys that Kokovic's never going to really play with again. So why the heck are you why are you trying to have him build chemistry with these 2 4th-line grinders when you wanted to play with Suzuki in the future? Like, the season's lost. Play him with Suzuki instead of Lehkonen and just see what happens. Because eventually he's going to score. He's shooting less than 2% right now. There's no way that keeps up. Obviously, Kokovic's a good shooter. He's not going to shoot 2% for the rest of his career. Like, that's ridiculous. So put him with Suzuki, get him some good looks. Put him with like Suzuki and Armia or Suzuki and Anderson. Someone to get them the puck and be physical for them and create space for them. And then you'll see a lot of success. But Dominic Ducharme showed time and time again he's not willing to put the future first in a lost season, and he's not willing to build chemistry. So it's a good firing in my opinion. Ponch, you've been quiet. What do you think?
Well, I was gonna say just embrace the tank. Yeah. You've got next year's draft is a really deep draft. So like it sucks. Like San Jose did it last year. We embrace the tank. But yeah, you have no resemblance of a team ready to go for the playoffs to make a deep run. You've got these assets that you can trade away for first and seconds, and especially in like a really deep draft, by all means, like gather your assets, even if it means starting a rebuild. Like commit. You can't try and keep all these old players together just because you think you can make the second round. Either you can win the championship or you can't.
I mean, I think they're just trying to make anything. They're just trying to win games. I think that was just Dominic Ducharme trying to keep his job, but I think he lost his job in doing that. So it's unfortunate for him. It's his first NHL experience. I don't think anyone's going to try the Dominic Ducharme experiment anytime soon. So you'll probably see him get hired once again in like the OHL or WHL, maybe AHL. He can build up his career resume once again a bit more and become maybe an assistant coach for another team, something like that. Maybe he'll be hired as an assistant coach, but I don't think you'll see him as an NHL head coach for the next little while until he gets a bit more experience. Because I do think he has a future. I really do. He's shown that he has a good hockey mind. He helped Team Canada win gold. He's not an idiot. Like he's obviously a smart guy and he's a smart hockey guy. But I think he just wasn't ready for the role he was thrown into. I think he wanted to be the head coach of the Canadiens. I just don't think he was quite ready for it yet.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame, really. But now the Canadiens are paying $5-something million to Julien and $3-something million to Ducharme to not coach the team. So we're paying us all
holy shit
$8 million or so, a bit over $8 million to have 2 guys not coach our team. So Molson's showing that he's not afraid to spend some money, and that's nice to see. It'd be nice if that $8 million were put towards a better scouting department, maybe a better development department. But you know what? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think Claude Julien would have been better to keep. But anyway, it is what it is. We are where we are. We just got to go forward. And a good statement just to end off for the Canadiens' whole story for today, because I don't want to get too negative about it. But I guess it's positive because, we finally have a new coach. But just to end off, Chris Weidman, just to give you a bit of an idea of what the mindset is in the Canadiens locker room right now. Chris Weidman, this is what he had to say after practice today. I'm playing for my life. I could be paying to play next year in beer league hockey, when he was asked about his desperation and work ethic. So it's clear that the Canadiens players still really want to work hard and prove that they belong, especially guys like Chris Weidman, Michael Pezzetta, Luca Vedamo, Jesse Ylonen, like all these guys who've been fringe AHLers for a while. I think they're really trying to prove themselves, and you know what, Martin St. Louis as a team that's willing to work hard in front of them. So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely watch tomorrow's game though, when I can, or maybe the recap of it. But I'm excited, or maybe Saturday's game. I'll watch Saturday's game because I'm streaming tomorrow during the Habs game. But it is what it is.
Just have it open on the side right here on the second monitor.
Honestly, just stream the game, man.
I could stream the game. I think if I did the action tracker. The action tracker, that's allowed.
Yeah, it's allowed.
I think the action tracker's allowed.
Or you can just stream the game.
You're just staring at a webpage the whole time, just like, please something happen.
Honestly, you know what, guys? There's like I don't know if you've ever used Bet365 before, but it shows like a little it has a little kind of action tracker thing as well on it. So if you want to do live bets like on next goal, next shot, next whatever, right? So it has a little live tracker. And for basketball, it's pretty the pace is like whatever, right? It's very back and forth, and it's like it's not super fast. Football, it's like very slow, right? But it is like live. It's literally live. Hockey, it is ridiculous. It is literally just was the puck going back. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. And then it says like the updates. It's like, oh, this guy passed the puck. This guy missed the puck. This guy got hit on the boards. This guy fell
Bro,
down. It just,
who's writing
goes,
that?
I don't know. Yeah,
Bro,
right.
yeah.
Like it just
How is
goes
the
on.
bot
It's
tracking
so
the
fast.
information?
Yeah, it's so fast. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that was the yeah, that's my little Bet365 rant. But yeah, there's so we talked about the Habs, and then I think there's a couple more things that happened before we move on. But Toffoli looks like he's going to the Flames, and that is a really good pickup. That is a crazy pickup.
They better give us some
Yeah.
good stuff, man. That's all I'm saying. He's worth a lot.
I
Dylan
think it's
Dubé.
gonna be
He's like the
some
second most
picks
points on the Canadians right now, 25 and 34,
He's not.
which is kind of
he's
actually
not far
sad for the
from being-
Canadians, but
Yeah, he's not far
He's
from
gonna-
being a 30 goal scorer. I think he's gonna be worth at least a first round plus, at least.
Oh yeah, he'll be worth it first, and you guys have got a couple prospects as well. I think.
I think he's worth
Yeah.
Tyler Madden for sure.
Tyler Madden, yeah, he's definitely worth it. Tyler Madden. Oh my god.
I don't know who Calgary would have that Montreal would necessarily want though. That's the problem. I know Dylan Dubé might be on the block,
Mhm.
but they'd be selling really low on Dylan Dubé.
No, there's a.
Sean Monahan.
Oh
Sean
God, please
Monahan.
no. We don't need another center who's like fringe. Like it's basically another Christian Dvorak. We don't need that. Please God, no. Not Sean Monahan. Unless we turn him around. You know what? I believe in Kent Hughes, man. Do whatever you want. I trust you.
Yeah, it's gonna be prospects and picks because Calgary's not in the trading roster players mentality right now, unless it's Dubé, but also like Dubé's not doing the best right now. But I mean, like Mike said, yeah, you're selling low on him. But I honestly don't think it's gonna be roster players because they're looking like they want to contend this year for the cup, and they are not too far off when you think about it because their goaltending is very good, their defense is good. Like the systems they have in place is very, very fit. It's very fit for the playoffs, right? So,
Yeah.
I think if they add a couple more scorers or scoring in this lineup, like you already have Gaudreau playing great, Mangiapane's playing great. He has over 20 goals. And then adding Toffoli, that's gonna be great as well, right? So it's gonna. Yeah, the mentality is probably that player will put us over the edge. That's probably what they're thinking. So I don't think you guys are getting roster players, but you guys don't need roster players right now anyway. You guys need
No.
you guys are building, right? You guys are building through the draft right now, and you're building through your prospects, and you guys will be back in it for sure.
Yeah. The only thing I don't want me to throw a wrench in your rumor here.
Mhm.
The only thing that worries me about that rumor is that Toffoli openly said several times he doesn't want to leave. So that's the only thing I could see holding back.
Does he
that
even no
trade.
trade?
No,
yeah,
he
does he have
doesn't.
a no move, no trade?
I don't
Well, then
think
who gives
so.
a shit what he says?
All I'm saying is if I'm Kent Hughes, right, and Toffoli's only 28, so if I'm Kent Hughes,
Right.
and Toffoli's talking to me like, hey, I want to stick around, I want to help these young guys, like you can keep them around because you could use a guy like Toffoli to help mentor Caulfield or Suzuki. That way Caulfield's not expected to be the number one guy yet. That way you can keep Toffoli, have a guy like that to have around, and that really helps improve the work ethic because Toffoli has a really good work ethic and he's a really positive attitude. So he's a guy you would like in your locker room. So if you're Montreal, like you have to really debate, do I really want to trade Toffoli? So unless Calgary's willing to give up 2 first-round picks or a first-round pick and a really good prospect, I don't think Montreal trades Toffoli. I really don't. I mean, the only advantage to trading Toffoli right now is his value is as high as it's ever going to be, quite frankly. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, as much as I want to build towards the future, there's other people we can move, and we can still keep Toffoli. So that's the dilemma, right?
Embrace the tank.
I see it, but also, man, I don't know, man. I think I think well, number one, if Elliot's saying it, it's pretty likely it's going to happen.
Oh,
Or it's
Elliot
pretty
Friedman's the
likely-
one who tweeted that? All right.
Yeah.
Hold me,
It's a wash.
guys.
It's over.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
That's the direction you want to go here. Like you want to keep Toffoli. Toffoli's a great player, but you're not gonna like crap or get off the pot here. Either you want to change the new guard, or you want to like keep them all together and try to make a run. But the problem is like all your pieces are Weber's injured, Price is currently out. Toffoli's not bad, but then aside from that, like Petrie also wants out. So you might as well just ascertain picks and assets because Petrie's well worth a second and a third. First and a second if you traded him to the right team. Toffoli's a first and a second. So at this point, and if the draft's really deep, I would rather have 4 to 5 draft picks for this draft in the first round, or even in the first and second, rather than keep on to these potential players that could bring you to a cup.
Yeah, that's fair
I
too.
agree.
That's fair too. Well, what do you think, Abroop?
Mhm.
Do you think it's time to move on from Toffoli, or do you think they should?
I think you should give him back.
Give him back to
Give
Vancouver.
Canucks.
Give
Yeah,
him back
that'd
to
be
us.
great.
We could use him.
We could.
No,
Lose
but
Miller anyway.
I think whatever team he goes to is obviously going to win, whatever trade it is, unless they somehow get swindled, which I don't think they will. I guess depending on, well, I guess the only GM you could have swindled is gone, but yeah, I think whatever team that gets Toffoli is the winner.
The subtle burn.
I don't know. He's just maybe I'm just high on him, but
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, though. You're right. Like
well,
you are winning the deal with Toffoli, right? I mean, his last season is bubble or not bubble year, like the Canadian division season. He was among the top scorers. Even this year, he's on pace for 30 goals.
Fit.
Yeah,
He just
great.
fits anywhere he goes,
Good contract too.
especially after he left LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone seems to love Tyler Toffoli, and that's the good part about it. You can trade him anywhere, and no matter what, you're gonna have a taker because everyone wants a guy like that on their
He'll
team.
fit right
So,
in.
I think a really good fit would be Pittsburgh. You put Toffoli with a guy like Crosby, that's like a 50-goal season in the books right there. Like let's be real. Like if you played with a guy like Crosby and got set up by Crosby all day, every day, I think he'd be pretty happy. I think he'd be pretty happy.
If I
Boston.
play with Crosby, I'd get 50 goals, man. Like it's not like Crosby's just he'll carry whoever is on his line.
That's
no
true.
matter what.
That's true. Or I think another good fit would be Edmonton too. But
I want the Panthers to go all in.
yes.
No future for today. We're all in. I'm all in on the Panthers stock.
That's fair.
Joe Thornton.
Yeah,
More
I'm out on
points
the
than like.
Panthers.
I love the Panthers right now.
I love it. Oh, the Panthers is sick.
Let's move on from Toffoli. There's some other news in the NHL. I'm glad I dropped him in fantasy hockey. I'd picked him up when he signed, dropped him before when I thought he was going to retire, and he did retire. Tuukka Rask announces, I think he announced, right, his retirement, or he's to retire. So we'll break it here early, and if we're wrong, we're wrong. Like, who cares? So, I'm just kidding. That's not true. We want to be right. I think we're right. We're definitely right about this.
I love the shit.
Tuukka Rask announces his retirement, or he's to retire. It's pretty much confirmed. It does make sense. I had him in fantasy hockey. He played a couple games. His first game back, he played great. But then I think he got injured. So, because he was put into IR pretty quick. And I was like, okay, I'm going to drop him. This doesn't seem very good. And then I think he retired. So, Tuukka Rask retires from Boston Bruins. I think it's for the best. They have Jeremy Swayman. They have Linus Ullmark. You don't really need Tuukka Rask. So, I think it was a nice thing to try because you know what? Hey, bring in Tuukka Rask. Bring him in on a super cheap deal, $1 million. Like that could be the elite goalie that takes you over the top for the playoffs. But sadly, I think his body gave out on him, and I think he just wants to go home and be with his family. He had that scare not too long ago with his daughter, I think, in during the bubble. I think he just wants to spend time with his family. So I don't blame him. Great career, Stanley Cup champion. Good for Tuukka Rask.
I honestly think it might have been better if he just never came back.
Oh, I agree.
I think if he just didn't play these 4 games, he would have been like, "Yeah, I retired on pretty good season."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
probably-
he came back. And then he
It's probably one of
signed.
those things where he wanted to see if he could still do it, and then I think he realized pretty quick he couldn't still do it. So
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy
he's
how
also
quickly,
like,
though.
yeah. Well, he's what, a 36-year-old goalie?
34.
he's not that old.
Wow.
That's
He's
the scary
34.
part. Yeah.
Like
one wrong injury.
That's yeah.
Mhm.
It's like Corey Schneider. That's who it reminds me of. He was good. He was dominant. Got that one really bad injury, and then he's out. That's it. He's done. He's an anchor on the team.
Yeah.
Except at least Tuukka Rask's contract was over. So
Yeah. Funny you say that. Corey Schneider went from like Vezina candidate every year to can't even play in the AHL properly. Like it's crazy to think he dropped off that hard. I don't know what happened.
It was his hip.
It was his hip, eh?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Man. You hate
At
to see
least
that.
though, he didn't like DiPietro his way out here. He didn't sign like a nice like massive extension,
That's
Mm.
true.
and Boston would be
Should've,
paying
though.
for him for
He
ages.
should have. He should have.
Get that money.
If I could DiPietro my way through life, I think I'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
The
honestly, good for
Islanders are still
DiPietro.
paying him.
Yeah, good for him. Honestly, he earned his money. He got his paycheck.
Paying him 2
There's
salaries.
you know what? There's somebody in
Yeah.
base. I think it's Ichiro. Is it Ichiro? Somebody's paid. Someone's being paid in baseball till like 2040 something. Like, and they're not even playing. They haven't played in a bit.
What?
So yeah, it's ridiculous. I'll try and find out for the next podcast. But there is somebody that's still being paid. I don't know who it is. I have to look at it, but it's ridiculous.
Bro, you're
So
just
bad.
set for life there. Like one
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
billionaire owner
Wait.
of a sports franchise, like, yeah, I'll give you a crazy amount of money. Oh, you got injured? That's fine. Here's a bunch of money to not do anything. Or not do anything, but like to not play. Like you're like, all right, thank you. I'll call it a career. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So
It is okay, Bobby Bonilla. This guy retired I think in 2011 and is getting paid till July 1st, 2035. 1.19 million every year until
yo, he
2035.
collects that
Jesus.
$1 million a year. Damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
to all the what's his name? Bobby.
Bonilla.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Bonnie. You know what? Shout out to the fans.
Yeah.
Ichiro also is getting paid out though until
There's Ichiro,
2032.
right? Okay, yeah.
But he's getting
Yeah.
2030. But his contract, he gets a 32,000 like housing thing every month on top of his $12 million every season until 2035.
Damn.
Heck.
That's
Still in
crazy.
Seattle.
No, he's
Uh,
retired.
is
I
he-
don't know if he lives there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where he lives now. Let's go
But
find
he
out.
gets paid an extra $1,000 for his housing allowance. So he's gonna be making like whatever, 100 grand or not 100 grand, it's bad math. He's gonna be making like 48 grand or something by the time he's done. And he's already done. So I mean, imagine making 48 grand to get paid to live somewhere on top of the 12 million you're getting paid each year to do nothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
God,
Yeah,
baseball's a
that
scam.
sounds nice, man. Last subject to talk about before we move on to the hot seat. Craig Berube signs an extension. Was that correct, Berta?
Yeah, 3-year deal. I mean, I think it's a good signing. He's a good coach.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
Won a
St. Louis
cup
is doing
there,
well.
right? Yeah.
All right. Well, that was quick. Let's move on. Let's move on to the hot seat. Ponchi, I'll let you start us off. I'll let you start us off. It's going to be a minute of just lightning rapid questions. Chat, if you have any
Am
questions.
I on the hot seat?
It's going to be Bird on the hot seat, then Abroop. So
Yeah.
we're not going to be on the hot seat today. Ponchi, we already did it, but just Abroop
Yeah.
and Berta. So we'll start with Berta. Chat, if you have any questions that you want to ask, let me know now. So like I'll give you like 20 seconds here before you start to just ask away in the chat, and I'll ask the questions on your behalf. So Berta, are you ready for the hot seat?
I am ready. Yes.
All right, Ponchi, start it off. We got a minute.
Favorite Sedin.
Henrik.
Ooh, favorite food.
Favorite Blues player.
Oh.
Favorite Blues player.
Blues player.
Favorite Blues player? I don't know. The Tarasenko.
Favorite food.
Hot wings.
Oh,
What's your flex? Hockey stick.
It's 87.
No. What?
Yeah. I guess
Your
Steph.
favorite retired Blues player.
Brett Hall.
favorite player in general.
Pedersen right now.
Favorite Maple Leaf.
Sundin.
Where would you like JT Miller to be traded to?
The Rangers.
Who would you rather have as your GM, Jim Benning or Mark Bergevin?
I'm gonna go with Benning, man. I'm gonna go with Benning.
Last question.
Peter
Favorite
Shirley
Boston
comes to your
Bruin.
house.
Excuse me?
Okay, favorite Boston Bruin.
Bro, come on. Currently,
Sure.
Pasternak.
That's fair.
That's wrong.
Fair. All right,
That's
let's.
wrong.
The
It's
time?
Marchand.
Oh my
No,
god!
it's
Did you
not
see his thing
Marchand.
last night?
Oh
Do
my
we
god,
want
this
to talk
guy
about
whacked
it?
him in the head.
This guy was playing as Marchand the whole time because that's his favorite player.
That's not true.
No, do we want to talk about last night? Marchand with the stick and hitting
Yeah, we
Jarry?
can't quickly. It's just like I was saying yesterday.
It was a clean play.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wait,
Not
okay,
a clean play.
I didn't see the video. Like, what happened? What did he do?
You go ahead.
What did
Mike.
Marchand
You
do?
can explain it properly.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, from what I remember, basically Jarry makes a save and Boston's down, I think 4-2 at this point, or they're down something. So Boston's trying to tie it up. Jarry makes a save. I think Jarry, because you can see him go like this, he turns to Marchand after he makes, because he made a really nice save. He robbed someone. Turns to Marchand. I think he says something he definitely says something. Marchand gets heated, and Marchand just punches him in the side of the head, and then everyone starts breaking it up. Everyone starts to break it up. Oh, Jarry's stick poked Charlie Coyle in the ribs, and it was retaliation. Oh, there you go. That's what it was. Although he just made a save, so I don't think it was on purpose. But anyway, it is what it is. So then he gets punched to the side of the head by Marchand. So Marchand starts skating away because the ref's taking him away. But then the ref lets him go back. So Marchand just skates towards Jarry again. The ref just by his side, letting him do what he wants. And he just hits him in the face with his hockey stick. So I'm like, okay. And Jarry has a full mask, so it obviously didn't do too much. But he still tries to hit him with his stick in the face. It was a one-handed whack, so I mean, it probably wasn't crazy painful, but
Yeah.
still, the ref just lets him go for a stroll next to the guy he was previously punching. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much wrong with that
Yeah.
scenario. I thought Marchand was behind
I think
this
the
bullshit,
refing
but-
yesterday was a shit for everyone.
Oh
What's
yeah.
that?
I think refing
Yeah.
was just bad yesterday.
Oh, it was.
You guys see
Dude.
that Tyler Mott high stick?
Oh my god,
I didn't
guys.
see it.
Dude, Tyler Mott got his stick chopped out of his hands, or it was like a stick lift, right? And Tyler Mott's stick went flying and it high stick somebody, like not even in his hand. He just the stick hit someone in the face after that, and they gave Tyler Mott a high sticking call.
What?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yo, this
literally.
game's broken,
Wow.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, is that new Marchand behavior? Probably not. Is he probably gonna get a suspension? Probably. Like,
Hopefully.
I hope
is
so. He has an
it
in-person hearing
news
today, I
when?
I hope they
But is
forcefully
it
retire
news
him.
when Marchand like does something to provoke somebody? No, that's because it's his brand. Like
No, but this was different. He retaliated. He didn't provoke anyone. He was the one being provoked. That's the best part. He
Mhm.
was the one who got provoked by Jarry, so it's even better because now it's not Marchand being like the guy being a pain in the ass. It's Jarry who bothered Marchand and had Marchand react and be a pain, and get the penalty and cost his team because Boston ended up losing that game, and I think Pittsburgh scored on the power play. So sucks to suck, Marchand. I don't know what else to say. Although you won a cup, so I can't really say much.
Sure.
Yeah, like that's. I feel like that's old news though.
Mhm.
Like, am I surprised that he did that? He licked somebody. So you went
Yeah.
from like hitting, licking people to smacking them in the face with your hockey stick.
Yeah, we got a question from first time chatter, I should say. Mugo's cow, nice name, I like it. Thoughts on? I'm gonna read it properly. Bo Horvat. What are your thoughts on Bo Horvat, everybody? And if you're new to the podcast or new to the channel, feel free to drop a follow. It helps us out a lot, and you can tune in every Wednesday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. What are your guys' thoughts on Bo Horvat? Not saying it wrong. Don't worry.
Ho Borvat, honestly,
Damn it.
out of anyone on the Canucks like to see traded, it'd be him.
But he
Really?
I don't like him. I'd rather have JT Miller than Ho Borvat.
I think everybody does, but it just won't happen. It's not even a matter of which one you want more. I think Miller. It's up to Miller, right? I think Miller just doesn't. It's not that he doesn't want to be here. I just think he wants to be somewhere else. So that's
That's
it,
fair.
man. That's all. That's where the conversation starts and ends with that. Like you're gonna keep
He
Horvat.
Wants to
So,
be. I think he wants to do what Pedersen wants to do, and that's be on a contending team.
yeah.
I think
Mhm.
I think all the fans really soured on Bo Horvat. I remember when he was a fan favorite, like 3 years
I
ago.
still like. Listen, I think people are just so like tough on him for no reason. Like he's a good second line center, like a very good second
I
line
think
center.
it's because he's captain and he defended Green, didn't he? Wasn't that what happened? He defended Green, and everyone's upset because he was defending Green rather than his teammates. Something like that.
I don't know.
I
It's
was
just like, I
upset
think
that
part-
like when
Alright, go on.
Podkolzin was attacked and like Hoglander was attacked, he didn't like really stand up for anyone. He would stand there and look at him like, I don't know.
That's like
Somebody
Jeff
capture?
Petrie right now.
He went after them. He went after them though. Like he did.
That was
He-
after the criticism though. That was after the backlash he received. From
Okay.
everyone being
But
like,
also,
hey,
is
asshole, take
Horvat
care
one
your
of those
teammates.
guys?
It's part of like, okay, I think honestly what it comes down to is he's a very streaky guy. Like when he's sick, and he's not bad when he doesn't get bad. It's just sometimes he's not scoring, right? Like there's times he goes on crazy good streaks of him just constantly scoring or making highlight reel goals or whatever, but then there's times when he's not doing that. He's a little quiet, right? So I think it just comes down to that, and then people watch this guy every single day, right? So I think it's a mix of people wanting more from him and people, yeah, like a group, like what you said as well. Like that stuff probably annoys people as well, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like try getting rid of him and Miller and try and bring in another second line center or just bring in anybody else. Like, you'll just see, man. It's not gonna
Tyler
be the same.
Toffoli.
Yeah, sure. Bring in Toffoli.
Second line center, Tyler
Put
Toffoli.
on the center.
He
Yeah,
can
let's
win
do it.
faceoffs.
Reunite the Domi Horvat line.
You know what? Besser is like 6 for 6 on faceoffs this year.
That's all you need. That's
Yeah.
all you
So
need.
cool.
6 faceoffs. That's all you need. Put him at center.
Yeah,
You know, face-offs wins down the cups.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they do.
Patrice Bergeron will tell you that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Let's move on to our next hot seat, Abroop. So Abroop, you know the drill at this point. We ask each a question in a row for a minute straight. So chat, if you have any questions for Abroop, he is one of the chatters, he was one of the chatters for a while now. He's a guest star on the podcast. So
Mhm.
feel free to ask him any questions you might have for Abroop as well. I will ask them through you. So if you have any questions, don't worry. I will act as your voice, okay? So we have a minute. Let's get started. Ponch, you started last time. Berta, you can start this time. Let's go.
Favorite jersey.
The one I'm wearing.
Favorite team other than the
Penguins?
Blues? I'm
Oh.
sorry, Ponch, I stole you.
Canucks, obviously.
Penguins or Leafs, Phil Kessel?
Penguins.
Favorite streamer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Favorite streamer? Some lazy guy 09.
Let's go. Good pick. Good pick. Okay, Steve Dangle or Peter Chiarelli is your GM?
Peter Chiarelli.
Really?
I think the chaos he brings is just better than Steve Dangle. He's too competent.
True. Good point.
Horvat or Domi?
Oh god.
Domi.
There we go.
I'm gonna
That's
smack
fair,
you
actually.
next time I see you. When are you gonna get your goalie equipment?
Next question.
No, you gotta answer. It's rapid fire.
Let's go next month.
Next.
Nice.
Oh my god.
All right, well that's that's it for rapid fire. No one has any other questions. All I can see is Dad 9 saying I like this guy, so that's good. So all right, let's
Wait, if you're an actual Blues fan, I don't know a thing about the Blues, and if you're not a Blues fan, I love the Blues.
Oh my
Okay.
god. It's kind of like the Hannah Montana song, isn't it? You get the best of both worlds, right?
Exactly.
When you got a Broop here. Yeah.
That's
I gotta buy a
actually my
Boston
goal
jersey.
song.
Honestly, life is like a box of a Broops. You never know what you're gonna get.
Next episode.
Is that Shakespeare?
Next time he's on, he's gonna be an avid like Leafs fan or something.
Yeah, he's gonna come up with a Leaf jersey or something.
I'll have to make one or something. Get like a trash can or something and wear it.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay. Let's move on to the power play. So our first segment on the power play, and this is where chat really gets to let their voices be heard because they get to vote in the polls. Although I think most of us are the ones in chat. We got Dad 9 hanging out in chat though as well. So Dad 9 will be the basically the deciding vote. So the first episode of the power play, not the first episode, the first part of the power play is going to be the heist. So for those of you who are new to the power play, how it works is we each get 2 minutes to present our pitch, so our picks for the heist. So 3 players that we pick to be on a heist. One's a shooter, one's the driver, and one's what did I call it again?
The human shield.
Human
Shield.
Meat shield. The meat shield.
Meat shield.
So basically, the driver's the guy who drives us around. He's also a bit of a smart guy, but usually a guy who's a bit faster, a bit quicker. faster reflexes. The shooter is just the guy with really good accuracy or guy who's got really good aim. Who knows? And then the meat shield is just the guy you trust to block all the bullets and be the sacrifice when you really need to sacrifice a guy. So that's the meat shield. So basically, it's like your throwaway. He's your guy you tag along, so that he'd be like the run. So like when you're running away from a horde of zombies, right? There's the two guys who are the more athletic guys who are way ahead, and the guy who's a bit slower, and then he's the one who's behind gets eaten first. So that's kind of the mentality of the meat shield. So we'll let Abroop go first since he is the guest. So Abroop, take away. You got 2 minutes here. Let me get my timer open. So you have a solid couple of seconds here to think about what you want to present. So we have a 2-minute timer ready. Abroop, talk about your Heist team and why you picked them.
All right, I'll start off with the meat shield, of course. I started off with Vasilevsky. Have you seen my man in goalie gear? He is bad as hell. He is huge, and he's an elite 10D. Obviously, he's known to block pucks, which are about the same speed as bullets. I think. Don't look that up. So clearly he has experience, being a big jolly man, blocking things. And you know what? You need him to die. I'm cool with it. I'm not really gonna, I'm cool with him dying. My shooter. All right, my shooter. It was pretty obvious. I went with Ovechkin, elite sniper, 50 confirmed kills a season. I mean, what's the difference between a hockey stick and a gun? Right. You
Not
flip
much.
it around, same shape.
Yeah.
And then my driver. This was a tough one. I was initially gonna go with playoff Bo Horvat just because he was like a tank. But then I was like, we need someone faster than him. We need someone built better. So I went with rookie Pedersen. Because if you think about it, he's dead inside. That's perfect for a driver.
What?
Number 2, he's small. Right? He's small. He's a little squirrely guy. Number 3, I think I'm just describing Hoglander actually. And number 3, my man just moves with a puck. Have you seen him in his rookie year? And you know what? If there's ever a police chase, you need him to like duck out and like pew pew. He can shoot. He's a little squirrely guy. He can move around. He can do what he has to do. He can.
That's fair. All
So,
right, well, that's perfect.
You know?
Then your time's up. That was a good presentation. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Abroop.
I was stalling at the
We'll
end.
get to questions at the end. I will ask you guys each at least 2 questions or so, and so you can debate amongst yourselves as well based off of those questions. Ponchi, you're up next. Talk about your squad.
Do we all get a GTA pick?
No,
he's
we
got
don't.
a different one.
Okay. I'll start off with my driver. I took Teemu Solani, the Finnish Flash. He's fast, I need him in there. He likes nice sports cars. He's got me. After that, I took Ray Bourque as my shooter. Once described as Brent Burns on steroids. Taken over 5,000 shots, and he's also fairly accurate. I don't need somebody to like one shot, one kill. I need somebody to cover Teemu. So Ray Bourque, take your shots. And then my meat shield is Chris Russell from the Oilers. So Chris Russell, I think he just broke the record for most block shots as an Oiler or something like that. So good for him. He's blocking bullets. And he's also on the Oilers. So like there's a win-win here. The Oilers free up cap and I get a good meat shield.
I like it. I like the thinking.
The Oilers free up cap. Oh my god.
Well, they need depth here. I'm trying to get the Oilers depth.
The thing is, that argument works for my player too, but we'll wait for
We'll
that.
get to it when we get there.
Yeah, that's my
That's
my
your
3.
squad. Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Pachi. You ended early, so now you give Berda a chance to explain his squad. Go ahead, Berda. Not from GTA, by the way.
Well. This is what even is this picture? What is this for? I don't know. You know what?
No, I
I don't
found
even
it.
know, but it looks sick though. It looks sick. Okay.
It's a
and,
mugshot from a game.
wait, this is not even right. Tyler Myers is not that small. Okay, you know what? No, we're moving on. Okay, so
I made him
Real
taller than the
quick.
other two at least.
You're right. But okay, you guys went at this all wrong. I like going last because I can just say my argument and just say why it's better already because in my argument here. So we got my opening statement. I mean, so we got McDavid as the driver. You guys looked at this so wrong. He's the fastest skater. Okay, he's the fastest skater in the league by far. All right, the most agile. He can do the most things with the puck at such a high speed, unlike anybody else. So why would he not drive the same? Okay, he will drive the same way. He will go straight down one street and then somehow be on the next street before the cops even call, or before somebody calls 911. They're gonna be gone. All right, they're gonna be gone in and out real quick. Super easy for Mr. McDavid. Our shooter. People are sleeping on how good a shooter Jack Eichel is, okay? Jack Eichel, people have forgotten this guy is a top 10 player in the league. He's an absolute sniper, can shoot from anywhere. He scored from the goal line. He scored from the point. He scored from the half wall in front of the net. Anywhere he can tip shots in. He is precise. He is very, very accurate. And I just can't wait to see what he does in Vegas, unless it's against the Canucks, then I'd want to wait. But anyway, yeah. So Eichel, he's a great shooter. Human meat shield
15 seconds.
or 15 seconds. You're looking at this all wrong, right? Tyler Myers, when the Canucks are playing bad, who do we blame? Tyler Myers. He's a sacrifice. All right, that's a sacrifice. That's my meat shield. That's all I have to say about that. And $6 million gone, just like that. If he dies, great.
Nice. All right. So. I'll leave yours up, Berta, to ask a good question here. What makes you think Jack Eichel is a better sniper in the NHL than the legend himself, Alex Ovechkin?
Well, because the thing is, Ovechkin is a sniper, right? He is a sniper for sure, and he's a very, very heavy shot. But we need somebody to be a little bit more mobile, okay? A little more fast, a little faster, because when it comes down to it, you gotta be quick when it comes to, like, tough moments when the cops come through or someone comes through, or you gotta be sneaky and all that. Ovechkin's not sneaky. He's a huge guy, right? He's massive, and you're gonna see him from a mile away, and he's not as fast as Eichel. So, like, I'll give you Ovechkin is a great sniper, and he can probably shoot a little bit better than Eichel, but Eichel has the mobility, so that's why I would pick Eichel there.
Okay, now Abroop, this is kind of your question too. So how do you counter that?
All right. I gotta ask you a question. I gotta ask you one question. You gotta give me a truthful answer here.
Okay.
Are you an idiot?
Sometimes, but on this argument right here, you know that I'm right. Okay, this guy.
Injured. What's he gonna do? Take out his cast and be like,
yo, Ovechkin has COVID apparently.
He's back. He played last
night. He has COVID.
He's
COVID. It's okay. So not only can he not breathe, which is pretty pivotal in shooting, he can't shoot.
No, I'm talking about Ovechkin.
Ovechkin played last night though. He's fine.
Yeah, Ovechkin's fine.
We recorded this podcast the day before
the All-Star game.
What?
He just didn't want to do the All-Star game.
Listen, I'll tell you exactly what happened. He was just scared he was gonna lose the accuracy shooting thing, so he didn't go in it.
To who? Jack Eichel? Oh yeah, Jack Eichel. All right. So, and Connor McDavid, your driver?
Bro, you have Pedersen as your driver. He's
not a team player.
You tapped this guy once. He's gonna fall. He's gonna go across the ice. He's gonna get injured, wrist injury.
He's gonna leave the zone before anybody else is gonna be with him. He'll just drive off. He'll be like, "All right, guys, you ready?" And then no one's gonna be in the car, and he'll leave.
Yeah, and he'll go home and realize, "Oh, I left everybody." Then he'll be back before you even know it because he's that fast.
And Tyler Myers, he's the lankiest guy with. The bullets will go through him.
He is huge. He is so easily the human sacrifice. He is so easily the human sacrifice.
He's like 130 pounds wet.
Listen. All right, listen. When the Canucks are playing bad, even if it's somebody else doing something wrong, what do we bring up? Tyler Myers makes $6 million. We should get rid of Tyler Myers. He's already the sacrifice in real life. We already sacrifice him. Why can't he be the sacrifice in this heist? All right, you know what
would have been a better sacrifice.
No, please. You know what? Enough of this. What is Ponch's team again? Solani. This guy's old. Okay, this guy's old. We're not. Is that your shooter?
No, his shooter's Ray Bourque. So I was gonna ask Ponchy, what makes you think Ray Bourque is better than a Stormtrooper? Because they both miss an equal amount of times.
He's like, he has the record for, like, he was 4 for 4 in the accuracy contest, right?
I know.
And I also like. Nice. I also just want somebody to take shots. I don't need kills here. Kills are cool. Kills are fun.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I just need somebody to cover Teemu. Teemu also could be a shooter. Teemu had 76 goals as a rookie. Teemu can just...
And you regressed
In
ever
one hand.
since.
So you're saying if he
that's a
gets stuck,
getaway.
he can shoot his way out of it too.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
that's fair. So I think just for time's sake, let's start the poll now. Vote who you think will be, or who do you think squad would be best to run a heist for you. And the next power play, we'll try to keep it a bit shorter. We're on the shorter side because we are nearing the time. So, chat, let us know what you think. Guys, go vote for yourselves. I
think we're going to be tied.
Well, Abroop hasn't voted for himself
Yeah.
yet, so
I
Abroop's
think we're
going to
gonna
vote for
be-
himself.
I think, Mike,
Oh, it's
you're
open?
gonna have to be
Okay.
you're gonna have to be the judge. On
I
this
might
one,
have to be the
Mike.
deciding vote because I think we're
Yeah.
only four here.
Yeah.
So
Only
I think Dad Nine is here though. So Dad Nine, you can vote as well. I saw N1 Hawk here. He might be lurking because I think he's making dinner. But thank you for stopping by. both
Bend your
of you.
biddies.
I'm gonna vote. Oh man, I still have Birds.
You know my team's right.
squad up there.
I would
No,
like the
team's
reasoning to
best.
hear. I want to hear the reasoning as to
Also,
what you
like,
think here.
Teemu has a nice beard. Teemu's like... He's
Come on,
like
man.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, not in
Look
that
at
picture.
Ovi's beard is like old man Logan. Like he looks
That's
good.
Yeah,
right.
an old man Logan dies.
good looking man.
It's a tough pick.
Old man
I
Logan
think
dies. Exactly.
I'm
So I have two
gonna
Unum
have to
shields, and then
go-
Petey gets all the money.
I
Do you
know
not
I'm
want
not
this?
picking
Is that not
Punchy. I'm
what you
sorry,
want? You
Punchy,
Leafs
I'm not
fan?
picking your
That's
squad.
brutal.
I think I'm gonna have to go with a Broop squad.
Oh, come on.
And-
You can't have PD as your driver.
No, the answer is simple. The answer is simple. The reason I go with a Broop squad here, let me pull up the squad one more time.
'Cause I'm better than
You have
everyone.
Ovi. That's all you need. He carries the squad.
Is it?
Patterson can get stopped at a red light for all we care. Ovi's gonna shoot everyone down. No problem. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone's gone.
Not
even
only
a
is he
sweat.
accurate, he shoots a shit ton. I mean, I don't know if I can
Bro,
swear. He shoots a lot.
you
Ovi
don't-
shoots a lot.
You don't need to be fast if you take out all four tires with one bullet somehow, because Ovi's just that accurate. So he shoots one tire out and takes out all six cars because he's just that good.
I'm just
He
so
takes out the first
disappointed.
tire, the car flips over the other tire, and you're out, you're free. And he'll shoot down the helicopter with one bullet because he's just that accurate. Ovi, he wins it for me. I don't care who your driver is, you just win. So, and I mean, come on,
Kind of seems like recency bias. here.
Vazzy,
I think the one thing
you
we
put
can
on
all
that.
agree on.
You put on that chest protector on Vazzy, he's even bigger. You know what I mean? Like I'd probably go with
Very
Price,
good.
but
I couldn't tear the Vazzy one down. That's a good
the
pick.
Vazzy, you throw that chest protector
Mhm.
on, and he blocks the whole country. He's just that big. So I think Vazzy is the right choice there. So you got Vazzy blocking for Ovi. Vazzy's not even getting hit because that chest protector is so massive the bullets don't even make it to him. And then Patterson can just go for a stroll. He can stop at a Depiner if he wants. Or I should say a corner store, and get whatever he wants. You can go and buy some chocolate, get some chocolate for after, get some popcorn. You know, do whatever he needs, get some groceries. Ovi and Vazzy will hold the fort. So Patterson's not even a consideration for me.
Edison's a
Fair
non-factor.
enough.
Exactly.
McDavid's probably a stronger
like in
choice
real
there,
life.
not gonna lie.
Oh, shots fired.
I
Oh,
think the one you can agree on though
But,
between me and Berta and Mike is that no matter who won, Punch still lost, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
That is true.
it
That's true.
happens.
Ponchi still lost, unfortunately for Ponch. Let's move on to the next part, the Valentine's Day expert. So here's a scenario. You forgot Valentine's Day. You're in big trouble. You know, your girlfriend, your partner, whoever you're with, is expecting a big thing from you. You're promising big things. You're going to go all out this year on Valentine's Day. And boom, day rolls around. You wake up in the morning. You realize, oops, it's February 14th. I completely forgot. Which NHL player would you call on to be your Valentine's Day expert? So, Abroop won the last one, and we all agreed that Ponchi lost. So, Ponch, you can start this one off with who your Valentine's Day expert is. And I don't think we're going to do a chat poll for this one. I think I'm just going to vote again, and we'll just do it like that. Okay, so Ponchi, start us off here. I'm giving you a minute this time. It's a short power play.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my guy Soupy. Jack Campbell. I feel he like from media and whatever. He's a sweetheart. Absolutely. He knows like if I'm ever in a pinch, I'm calling Jack Campbell. I don't know what the particulars of what he'd give me for the advice, but I'm gonna say Jack Campbell, sweetheart. I feel like he's a good rom-com, or he loves rom-coms and whatnot. Yeah, that's my guy.
All
Soupy.
right. Awesome. So Ponchi only took 30 seconds, so you guys are stuck with 30 seconds now. Good job, Ponchi. Berdaman, you're up next. Let's go.
All right. So I actually picked Ovechkin for the right thing here, and that's Valentine's Day expert. And the reason why is, have you seen this man? This guy's perfection at every single thing he does. He's fast. He's agile. I'm joking. No, he's a great
Hey.
He's you know how good of a guy he is. Okay, he misses the All-Star game every year to be with his family because he's a family guy. Okay, he's a family guy, and he's a very romantic guy. And you know what? He dresses well, so everybody loves him. So I think he'll give the best advice. And I will go into it a little bit more after.
Yep. Abroop, you're up next. I accidentally let my timer go off, and
Right.
you heard the alarm. So nice.
Here's an unorthodox answer. You know,
Oh,
I'm
God.
thinking outside of the box, just like my man himself, Ilya Brizgalov. Why would you not go for the man himself? Is he a good Valentine's person? I don't know. I would just leave her, whoever I'm with, in a room with him, and then she'd just be so enamored by him for the whole day. I could plan something special the next week. I'll be like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry that you were distracted by Mr. Brizgalov. I could be like, hey,
I did it again.
Mr.
Timer's
Ilya,
up. Time's
can you-
up. Time's up.
Oh, all right.
All right. I'm sorry. It had to happen.
You didn't have to give him 30 seconds. I just didn't need the whole minute.
I kind
You
of
could've given
want to hear the rest of Aroop's
Yeah.
little
All right. Yeah. You keep
rant there,
going.
to be honest.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All
Why do you
right.
have to be
Take it
mad?
from enamored.
Imagine, even if she gets mad, well, you have to be man. It's only day,
Yeah.
right? And then or you could be like, oh, his love for you is so humongous big.
Big.
He's got so many memorable, he's got so many things to say, you know. Such
Yeah.
of a person.
I think that's a good pick, but to be honest, man, listen, it's Valentine's Day. You gotta be with your partner, okay? So I'm not the type of guy. See, I don't know how you are, Brute, but I'm not the type of guy to be like, yo, it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna just hook up my partner or somebody else. You know, I'm not gonna do that. So that's just the way I roll.
Hey,
So I'm,
We
you
ain't
know,
judging him for. If he wants to swing, he can swing, man. It's not
You
our-
know what? If it's
not our judgment.
Brizgalov, I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. If it's Brizgalov, absolutely, go ahead. That's a hunk of a man.
oh my god.
Paunchy,
Okay,
what,
can we just?
what do you have to say, Paunchy?
I think Jack Campbell would be the best person just because we can bounce ideas off each other. We're committed. We're like whatever time we have, we're gonna put whatever our best effort in. Like, yeah. And I think Jack Campbell's the best person to do that with. Wait. Okay.
The thing is, I don't know, man. Jack Campbell looks like a little Western man's, and I don't know. I don't want. I feel like he's gonna just steal your girl. I think like he's like his beard's so nice, his little hat he wears, his fedora is so nice. You know, I feel like if you were to ask Campbell for advice and you bring the girl there or something, the girl just sees you
Why
with
would I
Campbell.
bring
Like I don't know. I just for some reason maybe the girl will just see you with Campbell and it'll be like, why am I with this guy? Campbell is such a beautiful person. I'm gonna go with Campbell. He's playing the guitar. He has a fedora on, the nice suit. You know, I would just probably go with Campbell to be honest, and that's why I don't think
Dude,
he's
I
the
don't,
person.
I don't know what
Other
girls
people
you're
on a
with who
date?
see an attractive person and then they just leave you instantly.
Yeah,
They
like
see
it's
another-
one thing to
Why would I
think
bring
to think
Jack
someone's
Campbell
attractive, but it's
on the
another thing to
date?
just ditch your current partner just because the other person's attractive. Like,
That's the Jack Campbell effect, okay? I can't.
All right.
Have you seen the media these days? Have you seen how happy they are about Jack Campbell? He's in
Yeah,
Toronto
well,
now.
all right,
And
let's.
It's
like-
like
It's
the
no,
date
it's
isn't
decision
you,
time, guys. It's
your
decision
date
time.
and Ovi. It's you and your date.
It's decision time, everybody. It's decision time. I got the poll going in chat, but I'm gonna let you guys know my opinion on what you all had to say. I like Abroop's thought process. The only issue I have with it is that Brizgalov would steal my partner. I'm not wouldn't steal Liv. Would steal my hypothetical partner in this situation. So I think he's just too charming. I think I have to not go with Brizgalov. He'd just steal my person away from me. So I can't go with Brizgalov just for that reason alone. He's just too good. Berta, Ovi, I mean, nah, I can't go with Ovi. You doubled up on Ovi, I think, today. No, Ovi was already picked for the heist. I mean, I don't want a guy running the heist, setting me up on a Valentine's Day date, that seems a little risky to me. I don't know. I don't want to rob a bank on Valentine's Day. It's not really my cup of tea. Also, Ovi's just he's, you know what, man? I don't know. I just haven't really. I'm sure he's a good guy and all, but I mean, I don't know.
Machine never
What does
breaks.
that even mean? He's been in a committed relationship, okay?
All I'm gonna say is
He's
I
friendly.
love Jack Campbell and Ponchi's teamwork. So Ponchi was saying a lot of we's. It was a we. It wasn't just Jack Campbell handling everything. It was a group effort. I think Jack Campbell's a great teammate. I've heard that so many times. He would never try to steal Ponchi's partner from him. So I think Jack Campbell has to be the choice. And chat voted Jack Campbell anyway. I think Ponchi spent 500 channel points to win, but it was worth it, and he was right. So Jack Campbell would be my pick. So I think Ponchi, you win this one. Berta struggling today. I don't know. You're coming in all cocky this week, and hasn't worked out so far.
I'm just glad no one said Ryan Kessler.
Oh god,
That would have been bad. That would have been bad. All right. sorry for the shots. The judges being cruel today. Last topic of the power play, our last power play of the day, is gonna be a good one. I like this one. It's the hitman. So you get to pick a player to be a hitman / bounty hunter in the NHL. Who's gonna take down the most targets with the most efficiency, and not just take them down and have them get back up again, but like take them down for good, if you know what I mean. So I would let one of you three start us off, but there is a surprise participant who will not be considered getting a vote for this game. I'm just throwing this out there for fun. I believe Scott Stevens would make the best bounty hunter. As you can see by my photo, I chose a character from Assassin's Creed.
Oh no!
I had already picked all the best bounty hunters that I could find for you guys, but I just thought Scott Stevens was a good pick. The man is known for ending careers with his hits. He's just so good at hitting. He just ends careers. I think he'd be the best bounty hunter because you say, yo, Scott Stevens, we need you to take this guy down. He could do it. And cleanly, too. He could do it cleanly. He did it by the rules at the time. So Scott Stevens is my pick. I mentioned at the time for a reason. So Scott Stevens is my pick. Look at that luscious hair he's got going on in this photo as well. I think he's just a legend pick. Look at his pose. He just looks confident. He just knows what's up. I think Scott Stevens is the fun throw-in pick from the judge for the day. And I'm shocked and appalled that no one picked him without me having to throw it in there. So, with that in mind, sorry, I just kind of threw salt at everybody. Berta, I don't know if you started yet. So, Berta, you can start us off with this one.
All right, well, I'll tell you why no one picked Scott Stevens, first of all. I know you're not involved in this, but I was going to say, he's past his prime, all right? It's past his prime. The rules have changed.
Hey, we were allowed to pick rookie Pedersen. I picked prime Stevens.
Okay, fine. So my pick is Dylan Larkin, okay? Dylan Larkin. And the reason why is because if you're hiring a bounty hunter, you want your bounty hunter to be under the radar, right? Or hitman, whatever it is. You need him to be under the radar. And does anybody think of who even is my Dylan Larkin guy? Who is that? Who is that over?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
It's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh my god. Okay.
I had to do it. You were too happy to be there.
Anyway, it's a good picture. Yeah, so Dylan Larkin, he's very under the radar, first of all. Does anyone even know his over point per game? He has 44 points right now, and he has 23 goals in 42 games. He's over a 40 goal pace right now. He is an absolute sniper, so you know he can shoot the puck. He has the record for the fastest skater in the All-Star game, so you know that's even faster than McDavid. So he's a fast guy. He can shoot the puck. He has a great smile. He can fit in public and look great, you know, and no one will even know he's a bounty hunter. So under the radar, fast, sniper. That's why I picked Larkin.
That's fair. Okay. Next up, Abroop. What are your thoughts?
Looking back at my pick, I think I made a mistake, but my pick was prime Pavel Bure.
What a start of an argument. Oh my god.
Do you guys like that?
It's beautiful.
It's a bounty hunter.
So think about it. A bounty hunter's got to be quick. He's got to be in and out. Who's quicker and more of a lethal shot than Pavel Bure? He's been in fights, I think, probably. So he can fight. But my runner-up pick was going to be Todd Bertuzzi because he's shown to get in the dirty areas.
Oh god.
Can't just throw your runner-up pick in there.
So, yeah, because I feel like that's a better pick than Pavel Bure, but also
you
Pavel
just
Bure,
lost the competition. today.
Bounty Hunter. It flows, Bounty Hunter, Bounty Hunter.
Ooh,
Think about it.
I will
That's
give
science.
you
If it
I will
rhymes,
give you the
it's
best picture.
crime.
Best
Yes,
picture
the-
goes to a Broops bounty hunter today.
Yeah, did you pick that for him or did he do that?
I did that.
No, that was all Mike.
Oh my goodness, that's an amazing. I honestly want to give him the point just for that, but I can't because you picked the wrong
Thank you.
person.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
Punch.
No, it's right. No, it's right. No, you're
Punch's turn.
No.
Show me what's up,
Okay.
Punch.
So I picked Evander Kane. So Evander Kane would be a great mercenary because I heard he needs money and he needs money now. So service for pennies on the dollar. I'm gonna pull an Edmonton. This dude scored like 30 goals last year. I heard he's got a little bit of he's had some off ice issues. That's okay. Money can resolve that. So I'm paying for pennies on the dollar here because he needs cash and he needs it now. Great fighter, great shot, and I think that's really all you need. He's in his prime. He can be in and out. And then at the end of the day, he's just there to collect money.
That's fair. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I think that does it for all the arguments for the bounty hunter special. We're not going to do a poll in chat, so I'm going to ask you guys each a question. Berta, I'll start off with you. Why do you think Dylan Larkin will make a better bounty hunter than Evander Kane / Scott Stevens?
Okay. So Scott Stevens,
Prime Scott Stevens.
prime Scott Stevens. Okay, listen. All right. He's too bulky. Okay, he's too bulky. I'm sorry. You need somebody to be a little slimmer down. You need someone to be able to get in all the dirty areas, squeeze through things and all that, and be on your feet, quick on your feet. Okay, Stevens is great, but not that. Evander Kane, he's gonna, dude. Yes, he does need money, right? But as soon as he makes that money, you know where he's going, guys? He's going to the casino. Okay,
Which means we can pay him again.
it could mean that. It could mean that. But also, what if he just becomes unprofessional? What if they kind of see him as an unprofessional bounty hunter and they don't hire him anymore? So I think he has too many off ice issues to be a bounty hunter, and I just don't think his head's in the game, man. His head's not in the game, so I don't think he's the right pick. But Dylan Larkin, though, great guy. All right, fits in the crowd just amazingly. Okay, you see him in a crowd, you won't even notice him. He just looks like a very average person. Again, great smile. Great hair. Fast player, fastest player in the history of the NHL's fastest skater. So there's that. And you can do it on skates. You can do it on feet. You can do it on You can do it on a plane, man. You can do anything. Dylan Larkin's my guy, and no one can take him down.
I like it. All right. So, next question is directed at Abroop. Abroop, are you even still confident in your original pick?
I think that Scott Stevens definitely. I'm gonna jump on that train. I think Scott Stevens is
Okay.
a pick. So so me and you are together now, Mike. So if you don't vote for me, you don't vote for yourself.
Well, that's just not
That's
fair
all I'm gonna say.
because I got to vote for
That's
myself.
all I'm gonna say. If you don't vote for me, you're not confident in yourself. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. Okay, and then Ponchi, I'm showing off Evander Kane here. What makes you think Evander Kane won't abandon your job and turn on you if someone offers him even $1 more?
Because mercenary is a solo sport and there's no locker room to worry about. So
No, but another
no
buyer
locker room.
offers him more money to kill you instead. What would be? I think you're done.
He's still got he's got money to pay. He doesn't want to kill employers because he will only get 1.7 mil payment here.
But you said yourself he needs that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
But then you have
desperately needs
more.
money. That's your argument.
All right.
he desperately needs money. So you can't. Why would you kill off the employer that's gonna bail you out?
Okay. I see the argument there. Okay.
Well, you never
I
know.
asked
with
you a
Evander
hard
Kane.
hitting
He's a wild
question because
card.
you've already won once today, so I needed to make sure I asked you
Wait.
a hard hitting
I
question.
wanna. Sorry, Berta, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead, Birdie. Then
Oh,
we'll,
I was just-
move on.
I was just saying no, because the reason why is because you never know with Evander Kane. He's a wild card. That's what we've seen the last 5 years of his career. So that's why you never know.
Exactly, but they're all one-offs here. We're not giving Evander 7 mil to do 7 kills. We're giving him 7 mils, 1 kill. We're not going long term. I'm a San Jose Sharks fan. I know the rap with Evander Kane. Like,
Okay.
I'm smarter than Doug Wilson. I'm not going to give him a
You're not giving Eric Carlson $11 million a year?
I'd love to give Eric Carlson $11 million a year, but he's not my assassin. And he's also not killing my locker room, so...
True. Okay, so I think it's time for a vote. So unfortunately, as a rightful judge, I have to automatically disqualify Abroop. Trying to bribe the judge is not going to work on this show.
If you don't vote for me, you don't believe in yourself.
I firmly believe in myself, and if I were part of this competition, I would vote for myself. Let it be known. Scott Stevens is the best bounty hunter of the bunch. I'll show you his picture.
I agree. That's why you're voting for me.
But I cannot vote for Abroop because he no longer believes in his own vote. So I'll show you here the beautiful picture that I made. Even I made such a beautiful picture for him. A beautiful picture.
It was a great picture.
Pavel Bure. I got him. I think he's chewing gum or something. I don't know what that is, but a beautiful picture. And he doesn't even believe anymore. So Pavel Bure's no longer even believed in by his own employer. So automatically eliminates Abroop. Ponchi, on the other hand, has a beautiful picture of Evander Kane next to Baby Yoda, which automatically gives him more points. But I'm the one who made that. So, I mean, I have to keep that in mind. I just love The Mandalorian as a show in general. So it's hard not to vote for that. So the reason I'm not voting for Evander Kane is because I don't trust him to not turn on me or Ponch or Berda when some other buyer comes around and says, hey, I'll give you extra money to take this guy down. That's the reason. I also don't trust him not to just use the money and not do the job. So Evander Kane, for that reason, is out. And that leaves our champion, the legend himself, Dog the Bounty Hunter, ignoring Dylan Larkin, the bounty hunter with the luscious blonde hair in this photo, wins it for me. He's got the size this time with his versatility that we already had before. Dylan Larkin, I've seen him play a lot of games. They play in the same division as the Canadiens. He's got a temper on him, but in a lot of good ways. It gets him fired up for when he needs to be fired up. He's not afraid to get dirty in the corners, so if he gets into a dog fight, he will definitely hold his own. So I am voting for Dylan Larkin for that reason. Although Evander Kane is a better fighter, guaranteed, I think Dylan Larkin has all-around capability and trustworthiness to be my bounty hunter. I pick Dylan Larkin from Ponchi. Keep in mind, I'm still hashtag team Scott Stevens. I would vote for Scott Stevens every time, anytime I could.
I won.
But Berta wins this
time I won.
And you picked the right person. I'm glad you did.
So Berto wins, but I win. So I get it. I get it.
So it's a three-way tie for today's power play.
Berda
I think
never
the
won.
last person who wins the last round wins the whole thing.
So I'm thinking we
This
have
is
a
the
quick tiebreaker.
scores here.
Oh,
I'm thinking we have a quick tiebreaker here. I think that's what needs to happen.
okay.
So as a quick tiebreaker, I think we should vote on who has the best photo for the bounty hunter competition. So I'll put up the first two bounty hunters. We got Scott Stevens.
It was kind of arbitrary, man.
Dylan Larkin. No. I'm trusting you guys to not be biased here.
I just give it to Abroop, man. The Cad Bane picture is too good.
All right.
It's just
So Abroop wins with the Cad Bane photo with Pavel Bure in it. For those of you who are listening after the fact, you cannot see any of these photos. But if you check out the VOD or check out the stream on YouTube, you can see all the photos that we have. We will definitely be adding these to TikToks at some point. But that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you, Abroop, for stopping by. Thank you, Ponchi and Berta, for hanging out as always. Abroop, what do you got going on? What do you want to announce before we end off the stream?
I gotta check out my Instagram at Abroopdhami, ABROOPDHAMI. That's about it.
Okay. Awesome.
If you're in Vancouver, I'm at an art gallery. Check that out. I don't know if people go to art galleries still, but if you're in Vancouver,
awesome.
I'll be there.
Okay. Well, thank you for hanging out with us today and talking hockey and shooting the shit with random power play stuff. It was a lot of fun. We will not be live on Sunday this week. It is the Super Bowl, not Super Bowl. So we will not be live this Sunday at 5:30 Eastern time. So just keep that in mind. But if you're listening, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitch to tune in live 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesdays and Sundays, except Super Bowl Sunday. You can find us there on Twitch, Some Lazy Guy 09, or you can find us as the Fan Connection on the other platforms. So we'll see you again soon. We appreciate all the support as always. Huge shout out to Foul Ammo, as in Abroop, for hanging out with us today. Huge shout out to Dad9 Sports, N1 Hawk, NXG Nick. I already said Dad9 Sports, but I'll say it again. And I believe that's it. Oh no, we got Mugo's Cow and Spider-Man from Naruto, as always, for stopping by early in the stream. So we thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one.